It's here, Metroid Prime Remastered for the Nintendo Switch. Originally released on the Nintendo GameCube all the way back in 2002 and developed by Retro Studios, the original was a reimagining of the classic 2D Metroid series that started its life on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This transition from 2D to 3D was originally met with skepticism and concern. Many games of the era tried their hand at 3D and failed. Retro Studios' vision for how a 3D Metroid game should play was masterfully executed. In Metroid Prime, you play the role of Samus Aran, a bounty hunter to uncover the secrets of the mysterious planet Talon 5. The first-person shooting, exploration, and puzzle solving is beautifully rounded out with stunning visuals that run at a silky smooth 60 frames per second. The original team used many tricks to showcase its power, and when you consider that the Nintendo GameCube only has 24 megabytes of memory, it's even more impressive. Players navigate through the game's world using Samus's powerful suit and weapons to defeat enemies, uncover secrets, and solve puzzles. The game's controls were well received, with many players praising the game's smooth and intuitive aiming mechanics. The game's detailed environments, ambient sounds, and haunting music help create a sense of isolation and dread as you explore the world of Talon 5. The story itself, well, it's typical Metroid. You begin the game exploring Talon 5 after receiving a distress signal. Standard stuff for a Metroid game, right? Samus has her weapons and armor, including the Morph Ball, but after a battle with the first boss encounter, the Parasite Queen, Samus's suit malfunctions, stripping her of most of her powers. From here, the game encourages exploration of the world, with many secrets and upgrades hidden throughout the game. As you progress, you discover the secrets of the planet through subtle environmental storytelling and the use of your scanning device. Locked doors that seem impenetrable can be opened later on with the right upgrade, and these upgrades in the form of missiles, energy tanks, and power bombs will help you progress through the game and to a new boss fight. Beating the boss will usually result in some type of armor or weapon upgrade that can unlock new areas of the map. All of it just works in a masterfully created package. Metroid Prime was a groundbreaking game that helped to define a new genre and set a new standard for immersive, atmospheric gaming. Its innovative gameplay and progression system make it a must-play for fans of first-person shooters and action-adventure games. Metroid Prime is considered one of the very best video games ever, and with a 97 Metacritic, I'm certainly not one to argue. For me personally, it's the killer app on the Nintendo GameCube hands down. In 2009, Nintendo released the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Nintendo Wii. This would take advantage of the Wii's motion controls, as well as some new features such as a 16:9 widescreen presentation, an improved HUD to accommodate the new pointer control, some graphical improvements, and added difficulty levels. And now, for the first time, Metroid Prime is available on the Nintendo Switch, and this remastered edition, as it's known, blurs the lines between what a remaster is and a remake. Now, to be perfectly clear, this is still very much a remaster, but with its updated lighting systems, textures, models, post-processing effects, and increased resolution, Metroid Prime Remastered is one of the very best examples of a remaster done right, and how, in the right hands, the Nintendo Switch is still capable of some amazing results, even with its aging 2015 base Tegra X1 SoC. By carefully and faithfully recreating Metroid Prime and fine-tuning every possible facet of the game right down to controls, means that this is the very best way to experience Metroid Prime on a modern console. Now, there has been some discussion as to what this remaster is. Is it running GameCube emulation with enhancements, or is it a port? We've seen what can be done with Metroid Prime and Community HD texture packs on Dolphin, for example. Well, I'm here to report that Metroid Prime Remaster is not using emulation, rather that it's a port of the source code, most likely from the Nintendo Wii version, which is running under Retro Studios' proprietary engine technology that has seen several major iterations over the years. As a port then, it means that the team can focus on enhancing the visuals, such as textures, 3D models, and implement new lighting into the game, all while keeping the exact same gameplay, cutscenes, boss encounters, everything, and play it exactly in step with the original game, just how you remember it. Yes, visually it's a step up, but with the exact same underlying game core, it's simply a remaster. But let's be clear, it's a damn good one. But let's move on and talk about the updates. Right off the bat, the first thing that will jump out is the increased resolution. The game looks crisp on the Switch in both portable and docked mode. On the OLED Switch especially, it really does pop. The original Nintendo GameCube and Wii versions ran at 480p. Metroid Prime Remastered, however, runs at 900p in docked mode and 610p in portable. Now 900p might be a bit of a surprise to some of you, as the game looks like it's running at a native 1080p on the Switch. But this is all thanks to the 2x MSAA anti-aliasing that's been implemented superbly. To my eyes, it looks like 1080p all day long, and this is a credit to the development team for this implementation. Of course, 60 FPS is the target frame rate, and during my playthrough of the game's first 4 hours or so, I can say that I've not noticed a single drop. Everything here is silky smooth, just like the original GameCube release. Now, the next major update has to be the superb lighting implementation. Now, to be clear, this is still backlighting, but it's a huge leap from the original and truly looks great. Every single room has a visible update, and outdoor areas look more lifelike, especially when exploring areas such as Chozo Ruins. I can't get enough of how well done it is. There's also some really nice subtle touches. Take for example, the arm cannon. You can see that the glow from the heat is radiating off the cannon and it looks really nice. This effect was one of many that were applied to the remaster, as it was not implemented in the original GameCube version. I did notice, however, that one area where the GameCube does have the edge in terms of lighting is when you charge up your weapon. Notice how on the GameCube it acts as a light source and illuminates the walls in this tight passage. On the Nintendo Switch, there's no light at all. Is this a bug or intentional? It's hard to say, but I did notice this pretty quick. But aside from this very minor nitpick, the lighting is possibly the single most impressive aspect of this remaster. It's just superb. And of course, to round out the graphics are the updated models. Metroid Prime Remaster isn't just a simple HD update. The boss models have also been enhanced, and immediately you'll notice the work that was done to enhance the Parasite Queen. Samus's suit has also been enhanced, as have many other models in the game. Textures have been updated as well, and with a combination of enhanced graphics, lighting, physics, and post-processing effects, it all looks superb, and it doesn't miss a single frame running at 60 FPS. If I haven't already convinced you, let me say it again, this is one of the best remasters to be ever made. It's that good. Controls have also been enhanced, with the inclusion of 4 different ways to play. There's the dual stick option, which is the default control scheme that has the dual analog sticks, with the fire button on the right trigger. The next option is pointer, which is based on the Metroid Prime Trilogy release on the Nintendo Wii. This kind of works like the dual stick mode, but it has gyro controls on the right Joy-Con for aiming. And then there is the classic mode, which is the original GameCube style, and the final option is hybrid, which takes the classic controls but also enables the pointer style gyro for aiming. And of course, you can adjust sensitivity and invert controls as well. Now let's address Doorgate. This was a hot topic on the internet over the past few days, with an original Metroid Prime developer criticizing the look of the doors in the remaster. And if you compare the doors between the two games in Metroid Prime Remastered, you can see that the alpha channel is much too high. It's incorrect and it feels like it's just too saturated. Now, while this might be easy to suggest that this is a bug, I can't help but feel that Retro Studios for the remaster increased the brightness of the doors to make them stand out better on a small handheld screen. To my eyes, they stand out a lot more, but I do admit that I do prefer the original look on the GameCube. They do look a lot nicer. One area that I would have liked to have seen added to the game is the inclusion of a checkpoint or auto-save feature. For example, checkpoint saves right before boss fights or entering a new area. The game relies on manual saves, and there are times that if you die, you could be replaying a fairly long section of the game all over again. So my advice is to seek out save rooms and use them and save regularly when you can. The Metroid Prime Remaster is retailing for $39.99 in the US, and that's an absolute bargain, and hopefully a taste of what yet may come with Metroid Prime 4 releasing sometime in 2023, at least we hope. Now, I love this game. Metroid Prime Remastered is giving me the same feelings as it was all the way back in 2002 with the original game when I experienced it for the very first time, and I'm falling in love with the remaster all over again. This is a quality release that raises the bar of what a remastered should look like. Retro Studios has done a terrific job and brought a 2002 game back and enhanced it in all the right places. But we are going to leave it here for today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.